We are on Tier Maker, and what we'll be doing today is we will be ranking all of the members of the Akatsuki by power level, not by how much we like them. Big emphasis on that. And then we will also be viewing the community rank and critiquing that if anything need be. So without further ado, let's get started. First up, we have Conan. Now, Conan doesn't really do much in the entire series, but the one time when she does, she almost kills Obito with 10 million paper bombs. Now, I wouldn't imagine that Conan is that gifted in close combat, pretty much just ranged, and she'd work good on a team. She has a shield that can shield her. She can turn people into paper and literally suffocate them. So I think for Conan, we're going to put her in a solid C. Now, before we go any further, I'd like to say that none of the members of the Akatsuki are bad. They are all extremely powerful, and this is just ranking them relative to each other. Now, Deidara's next. Very underrated character in my opinion. He is extremely powerful, and he doesn't really lose. Like, he kills himself, and, he still should have killed Sasuke there. But, whatever. So, I think B tier is pretty good for Deidara. Next, we have Pain. Now, Pain is obviously an S tier. I don't care what any of you say for many, many, many reasons, but let's be honest. If he was trying to kill Naruto instead of capture the Nine Tails, he 100% would have won that fight against them. And also, Nagato and Reanimated literally shits on KCM1 Naruto as well as B at the same time, and Itachi has to, help. Hidan. Now, Hidan, I like him as a character, but besides the fact that he's immortal, he has absolutely nothing going for him. So, I think we're gonna give him a C tier. Zetsu is literally just a scout, definite D tier. If Black Zetsu was on here, he'd probably be A or S, but it's Zetsu, so D tier. Kakazu, very, very underrated character. He tanks a Bijou Bomb, which is a tailed beast bomb, for those of you that don't know, from the two tails without a scratch on him. But then one of the biggest misinterpretations is that he's weak because he gets ripped apart by the Rasen Shuriken, which is a complete lie. They just had to make Naruto seem strong. That was BS, I don't care. Next is Kisame. Kisame's A tier, and for many reasons. First of all, it took Might Guy 6 out of the 8 gates to beat like a 10% Kisame clone. So I don't care what you say, I don't think Kisame was at full strength when he killed himself because he didn't have Samehara. In that fight, he was kind of just using his jutsu. And he's a 7 swordsman of the mist. I'm pretty sure he relies heavily on what you call a sword. So Kisame is easy A tier. Orochimaru, he wasn't really in the Akatsuki for that long. And the only thing you see him do while he was in the Akatsuki is get shat on by Itachi in like 2 seconds. But I'm still going to put him in A tier just because he's by far the strongest of the Sannin. And Kisame shits himself when he sees Jiraiya, even though he probably could have killed Jiraiya. So I think Orochimaru's A tier, especially since he was fighting the Four Tails Cloak Naruto, while he was like on his deathbed, and he basically beat the shit out of him. So definite A tier. Sasori is a bit controversial, because some people think that just because he died to Sakura and Lady Chiyo, he's not strong, but he let them kill him, and Sakura didn't do anything in that fight. He has by far the strongest puppet in the entire series, which has Iron Sand and renders pretty much everything, well, not everything, but renders a lot useless. So I think we're going to put Sasori in B tier. Obito, definite S. This version of Obito you cannot touch, so, pretty OP. And then Itachi. Also S, because, first of all, he doesn't lose a single fight in the series. He lets Sasuke kill him. That's not a loss. And, I could be tempted just because I do not think that this version of Obito would lose to Pain or Itachi because they can't touch him, and Obito can probably break out of a Genjutsu. I would be tempted to move them down to A, but I think I'm going to leave it like this. And I think that's good for now. Now let's go look at the community rank. And yes, this is in Spanish. I had to change the tiers, or I don't know if that's Spanish. It's probably Spanish. I don't really care though. They're S tier, golden. Okay, now they put Deidara and Kisame in A, which I mean I could get behind. I just don't think Deidara is on the same level as Kisame, but he's definitely the next strongest in my opinion. Besides Orochimaru, but I mean a lot of people don't even count Orochimaru as a member of the Akatsuki, so. In B tier, they have Orochimaru, which there's zero way Deidara is stronger than Orochimaru, but whatever. Konan, which, I mean, I'd move her down to C, but, like, it's fine. I understand where they're coming from. And Sasori, which, I mean, I put in there myself. Now, they have Hidan in C tier, which is where I put him as well, because he's trash, besides that he's immortal. And then they also have Kakuzu in C tier, and I think it's because he died to a Rasen Shuriken when the Rasen Shuriken was trash. But once again, that doesn't really make any sense because he tanked the Bijou Bomb, so Kakuzu's strong. And then, as would almost everyone, I hope, they have Zetsu in D tier. So yeah, I'm a bit of a shorter video today, but thank you guys for watching, and let me know if, I mean, I like making tier lists about things that I enjoy. So let me know if you want to see a certain tier list done or anything like that. And thank you guys. Come again.